This is Terror House Radio with Matt Forney and Bryden Proctor.
Yeah, welcome to a Terror House Radio, episode number 72. Matt Forney, your charming and loquacious host, and the founder and editor-in-chief of Terror House Press. With me, as always, is my co-host, the world's only comedian, Bryden Proctor.
Yes, good evening, Matt. Good evening. It's great to be here with you. People tell me all the time, they go, Bryden, when am I coming on to Terror House Radio? It's good to be here, Matt. They tell me too, they go, that's the baldest guy. That's the baldest guy is Matt Forney.
You're just
an amazing guy.
You're just incredible. You're so smart, Bryden. You're so smart.
Tremendously bald. Do you see what I did in Virginia? I'm the governor of Virginia now. I won. That's what MSNBC.
Totally stupendous. Totally stupendous, Bryden.
I'm now the governor of Virginia.
Just the people of Virginia, they're so smart.
Dude, I'm glad that what's his face, Youngman or whatever won. I don't live in Virginia. I don't care about Virginia, but it's good that he won because that McAwful dude was, not a great fella in my opinion.
I'm glad he won just because Terry McAuliffe is someone I personally hate and have hated since high school because I met the guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Terry McAuliffe is actually from my hometown, Syracuse. And when I was in high school, that was when he was the head of the Democratic National Commission, whatever. And he actually came to my high school. There was some job fair being put on, for like all the kids going into college, considering careers. And he and the local county executive were doing one on politics. I went around, I shook his hand. Some men have a dead fish handshake?
Yeah.
Terry McAuliffe has a dead jellyfish handshake. A dead jellyfish being shocked with a taser.
Well, that was a little limp-wristed, like the King of the Hill with George W. Bush.
like limp-wristed, but it's trying to pull you in somehow. It's really as soon as I shook hands with him, I was like, it was slimy, clammy. It's like, he's just so off-putting in person.
Well, could it have also been? And hear me out. Could it have also been that? Like, how old were you at the time?
I was 16.
Okay, so it's still a little older, but still, a kid. Could it have been that he was like, "Hey, probably don't squeeze the shit out of children's hands"? Because when I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 at church, they do the whole go around handshake, all that shit, and adults, fully grown adult men would just vice grip an 8-year-old's hand, and I've always thought that's a fucking dick move. So do you think maybe, what are you doing, fixing your hair?
No, I just got I just noticed I have a prominent vein there.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway,
aneurysm.
Continue.
But, I think that's a dick move. Do you think maybe he was just like, I don't want to, because, if he's in politics or whatever, he doesn't want to make the local news. It's like Terry McAuliffe, breaks kids' fingers or whatever.
No. I got the vibe from him that this isn't what he does in a matter of course. I mean, I shook the county executive's hand as well. He shook my hand normally. Seemed like an all right guy. He was a Republican. This was some cross-partisan thing.
Yeah. Back when you could do that, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
What's have it now?
Yeah. Plus, I think that guy's dead now. So,
Terry McAuliffe killed him. He did. I read it in the news.
No, so I'm happy to see him lose just on that alone. He's just a very repellent person.
Well, he was doing great. He was going to win, and then he got in front of everybody and was like, "You know what? Your kids are mine, and I'm going to eat them. I've got a candy house that I'm going to bring them to." And everybody hated that.
Your kids, all your cheese pizza belongs to me.
Yeah, dude. I don't understand it. I don't understand why he would that's one of the things you keep quiet, until after you win, and then you go, yeah, we're gonna take over all of your kids' lives. You can't really blame it on anything but that. It was the biggest fuck up, and he fucked all the Democrats down ballot by doing that. So
yeah, I mean, nobody. I mean, they did a clean sweep of all a clean sweep of all the statewide races. including races that nobody cared about. Like, who the fuck cares about lieutenant governor? Who the fuck heard of Winsome Sears? But now she's the lieutenant governor because of Terry McAuliffe.
Yeah, I mean, and she got up there, and her first thing was like, "The world's not racist. Barack Obama was president. Peace, bitches." And then that was great. I guess.
So far as we know about her, she's just a Jamaican lady that likes guns.
Sure, whatever, dude. I don't care, but it's still funny. I don't care. They're gonna be awful. I mean, like, Youngkin's gonna be fucking awful. I'm sure of it. He's just some dumb Republican. So
it can't be worse than what the Democrats were planning. I mean, those motherfuckers. They got a majority in the legislature 2 years ago, and a month later they were trying to ram through gun control. So yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the old governor of Virginia, kind of cooler because he did blackface. So
actually, that brings up something important. When McAuliffe gave his not concession speech on Tuesday night, his lips were black. Why were his lips black?
Probably wine, dude.
You sure?
Yeah, because I think it was like Michael Tracy or somebody. Somebody was like, McAuliffe has come out and he's visibly drunk. So yeah, he's probably downing wine. He's like, can you imagine? You're like, oh fuck, I'm definitely running away with this. People are gonna love this. What's next after governor? Who knows? And then,
well, I prefer to think that he was just wiping off blackface before he got on stage.
Yeah,
and he missed a bit.
It would be awesome if he did it in blackface. I mean, I don't know. You already won. You might as well. You proved your point.
Delivers his victory speech in blackface.
Like he forgot to take it off. And he's like, oh shit. Well, that happened. The Braves won the World Series. So that's I don't know why we politicized baseball, but they did.
I mean, I guess that's a good thing. I mean, I'm not a baseball fan. I'm not, I don't follow the Braves, but I'm happy for them. I'm happy for their fans.
Well, I wanted the Astros to win just because I like how they had that cheating scandal. And I love a cheater, dude. So but yeah, like they had that whole thing. Trump came there and was doing the chop, and they're like, don't do the chop. And then, Braves win.
Like a good luck charm.
Yeah. So, I mean, just a bad day to be some fucking Brooklynite podcasting shitface,
Yeah, I mean, there was also the New Jersey race, which was won by the Democrat by like 300 votes. There was the state Senate president of New Jersey, the Democrat, who lost to a Republican truck driver who spent $150, half of which was at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he was interviewed and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to have to learn how to be a legislator. That's fucking awesome.
It's great. Well, I guess he's going to be better. There's no way. I found there was somebody posted some old Facebook, but this guy's name is like, what, David Burr or something like that? David Burrs.
I think it's like Durr or something.
Durrs.
Like
yeah,
Durr.
Yeah, David Durr. Like, they're going to make fun of him, but whatever. One of his old Facebook posts was like, if anybody can help my campaign, here's my phone number. And then he found what's his face, the incumbent, and like went up to him and was like, hey, I'd like to have a debate. And the guy apparently like laughed in his face and drove off. How stupid does this idiot have to feel right now? It rules.
It's a classic case of power to the people. It's awesome that a truck driver. I think it's awesome this guy's going to be in the fucking state legislature. And I don't give a shit about New Jersey at all. As a New Yorker, I hope the place kind of slides into the sea. But this is hilarious.
Yeah, isn't New Jersey just basically like a big trailer park of Italians? Like, I don't know anything about it other than it's just a shithole.
I mean, New Jersey is basically just a giant suburb. Like, the northern half is a suburb for New York City, and the southern half is a suburb for Philadelphia. It's not a terrible state, but it's not a place you would go out of your way to.
It sounds like the worst state at all. Like, it's like, oh, it's half New York and half Philadelphia.
There's some nice parts of it. I like Cape May. It's a really beautiful beach spot. Atlantic City's not too bad. It's like an East Coast Vegas. I was there after the Democratic convention in 2016.
It's like Vegas, except with, the weather that's good.
Yeah,
it's like Vegas, but with fucking snow and rain and shit. And Italians. So many Italians.
It's got a coastline.
I Like, if Vegas wanted a coastline, it would make one. All right? It's decided it doesn't need one. It has New York in it. Vegas rules. It's got a pyramid. It's got the fucking Eiffel Tower, I think, probably. It's got New York. There's a clown house.
Yeah, but, Atlantic City's closer for some people. Like, I can, living where I was growing up, I could not drive to Vegas. I could drive to Atlantic City.
Well, you shouldn't be driving anywhere. Drinking and driving, Matt. That's bad.
That's your deal. I'm a teetotaler now.
Well,
See what I'm drinking here? I'm drinking pure water. Water.
Okay, water's good.
Well, I can't show the inside without spilling it all over my computer.
I think you should try though. Poke a hole in the bottom.
Nah, not my style. But yeah, there was that. There was the socialist in Buffalo who lost to a write-in candidate. To be fair, he was the incumbent mayor, the write-in candidate, but that was pretty funny, especially consider that half the people in that city can't even read, can't even spell their own names. There was the Republican who was elected city attorney in Seattle. Mm-hmm. There was Minneapolis voting down a proposal to abolish their police department. All in all, it was not a good night for podcasters.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anything's going to get better or anything, but it's, it's nice to at least, I guess there was some good tweets, and then Van Jones had his whole deal about everything. It's the trumpet. It's the Delta variant of Trumpism now. Like
you can tell he thought that was so clever.
Oh, dude, he always thinks he's so clever. I hate Van Jones. He's such a fucking nerd.
Like the only thing missing from that in his mind was a
yeah, dude, I saw him at fucking CPAC because CPAC's fucking dumb and they let Van Jones in. Wouldn't let Laura Loomer or Fuentes in, but Van Jones and the Chapo guys could walk around that year. Yeah, okay, cool, CPAC. But I hated that guy. I can't stand Van Jones. He was the same guy who in 2016 was like, this is a white lash against a black president. So according to Van Jones, any time that the Democrats lose, it's racism. And he tries to bill himself as like a guy who's, I go against my party. And, he doesn't. I don't know. Fuck that guy. I don't like him.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he was, pro-Trump for a while because of criminal justice reform.
I missed that, but that doesn't surprise me.
It was probably for 2 weeks, but, give him a tiny bit of credit there.
No, I won't. He worked for Obama. Fuck him.
Like I said, it's like a mighty tiny piece of credit, but whatever.
Nope. Can't stand him. I don't know what else.
Yeah, it was a fun night. It's been a good week. What else is happening? Well, there was that video you showed me of what's his face getting harassed by commies.
Yeah, Manchin. I don't even know why they're doing it outside of they just don't like him.
Well, yeah, there was. Well, I mean, I can guarantee you that he and what's her face from Arizona walked into work that morning with huge shitting grins because it's kind of just validated everything that they've been saying and doing. But yeah, let me see if I can pull the video up. But
that's a stupid fucking video. Like
it's just a bunch of commies surrounding him as he's walking through DC. I guess they're just screaming, "We want to live! We want to live!"
I've never heard that fucking chant before. That's it. It doesn't even rhyme.
We're just seeing the decline of everything, including protest slogans.
I fucking guess. I mean, it would be better if they were like, "We don't want to die," because it'd be more fucking honest. I don't know. There's a sign in the back that if you can get the video up, there's a small sign in the back, which those always crack me up when they're like these tiny pieces of paper on cardboard. But it says free community college. I guarantee you don't need community college to live. Guarantee it.
You don't need community college, period.
I mean, I don't know. Join an HVAC program. They're over there. They've got different stuff.
Who goes to community college? Everyone I know ever either went to the trades or went to a regular 4-year college.
Well, they teach trades at community college.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so, but I assume that's not what they want. They want.
To be fair, I knew exactly one person went to the trades and he just went straight to apprenticing. So,
well, yeah, it might be a better way to do it. But like, I know they got, like HVAC programs and auto repair and all kinds of, welding and whatever at a lot of community colleges. So, but I don't know. I don't know what would make any of those people die by not having a community college.
Well, these are people. Don't forget, these people think capitalism is literally killing them. So
yeah,
reminds me of that guy who harassed Terror House ages ago, saying that capitalism was going to kill him because of his OCD.
Well, what is that? How would
capitalism is killing him because he can't stop buying hand sanitizer, Bryden.
Capitalism provides the hand sanitizer for him. Without capitalism, there wouldn't be any fucking hand sanitizer.
Yeah, he'd have to rub his hands with leaves.
Yeah, and he'd probably hate that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Capitalism is why you're allowed to bitch on your podcast about why capitalism is bad. And capitalism kicks so much fucking ass that it is bought and commodified communism, dude. Capitalism rules. I love capitalism.
Yeah, mass-produced Che Guevara t-shirts and an entire network of podcasts.
Dude.
Capitalism sucks from my $5,000 a month apartment in Upper East Side.
Capitalism is, hey, welcome to the Capitalism Sucks podcast. Now, before we get the show started, I just want to give a big thanks to Stamps.com. Stamps.com, dude, I mean, No Sleep Till Breezewood, though, he goes, man, we're off today. If you change
this episode of Solidarity Now is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. Does Chapo have sponsors? I know they have a Patreon, and that money didn't come from welfare.
They probably do. I mean, at this point, LucasArts should be giving them money for all the detailed analysis of the Star Wars prequels they did.
Is that what they're doing now? They don't do.
Well, that's what they pivoted to doing after Bernie lost the primary.
Well, I think he had it stolen from him, but twice. But what are you gonna do?
It was a hilarious cope moment because their brains were just so broken by realizing that they would never get fully automated gay luxury space communism, that they just retreated back into their safe, comforting world of pop culture.
I mean, well, good. I'd rather them talk about that than fill up a bunch of dumb people's heads with stupid ass ideas that they think are brilliant.
Well, they also pivoted to saying that supply shortages are good, actually. So as we talked about on the last show.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I found out? This is insane. This is fucking insane. This happened this morning. Einstein Brothers, the bagel restaurant place?
Yeah, love them.
Okay, guess what? Guess what they didn't have any of this morning? Cream
bagels.
Cheese. Cream cheese. They still had bagels. Out of cream cheese.
The whole thing, or just the franchise you went to?
Oh, I guess the whole area. I don't know. I mean, I didn't go around to tons of Einsteins, but you gotta go to work and stuff. But they're completely out of cream cheese, and then apparently Publix. They're kind of, it's like our Kroger in Florida. Not a lot of cream cheese. So cream cheese shortages now. At least in this, in this part of town.
I mean, that sucks. I mean, I was actually at the supermarket a couple of hours ago. There's no shortages of anything like here. It's you go to Walmart, all the shelves are full. Maybe they have a limited selection of Air Wicks, but everything else is fine. I go to what is basically the Mexican version of Whole Foods, and everything there is fully stocked up. And not even they'll arrange like nearly empty shelves to make it look like they have a full complement of stuff on the shelves. Nope, none of that here. I should add that Mexico is one of the only countries on the planet that didn't have a lockdown. Didn't start hyperinflating its currency to give people money to sit on their asses. Didn't incentivize people to quit their jobs with government cash. I wonder if those things are related.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Mexico also made it illegal to fire anyone for not getting the 666 serum.
Well, I wouldn't call it that. I just call it a fucking flu shot. But I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen like mass, out of this and out of that or whatever. But the cream cheese thing was surprising. Like I'd seen signs where like restaurants and places, they're like certain items may not be here due to supply issues.
I mean, that makes sense if you're talking something like seafood. Like seafood is even in good times, seafood is fucking expensive. But
sure.
Cream cheese?
It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I don't know why there wouldn't be any cream cheese around in the neighborhood. But I'm blaming the president because that seems like the most logical thing to do.
Well, I mean, none of this was happening a year ago, so
yeah.
Seems reasonable. Same with the gas prices going up.
Yeah. Gas is fucking ridiculous now.
By the way, the price of gas in Mexico has also been flat the entire year.
Do they have gas down there?
Oh, yeah. Mexico has its own.
Of course, because they got to run all those weed whackers. Yeah, I get it.
Well, I mean, Mexico has its own state-owned petroleum company, its own oil reserves. So
makes sense.
Like, if you remember that, video of it looked like something out of like a disaster movie, like a Godzilla movie, like that inferno on the Gulf of Mexico caused by an oil spill. That was Pemex. That was caused by Pemex, the Mexican state oil company. And there was a bunch of dumb bitch who was like, "Oh, this is the result of capitalism run wild." I was like, Pemex is literally owned by the government. Right?
It's all capitalism's fault, man. It's all capitalism's fault. Capitalism's kind of like beer, though. It's the cause and solution to all of life's problems, I guess. Yeah, I guess Yeet says the cream cheese section was also very lacking when he went to Walmart yesterday. So there might be this is something we're seeing now, is a cream cheese shortage.
Man, I'm gonna have to start taking these across the border. Am I? I'm gonna have to be the cream cheese smuggler.
Well, the fucking cartel might start doing it. Last I heard, they were doing that with avocados. They don't care about like drugs or whatever. It's just whatever makes money. They're like a strange, violent, terrible business. In a way, they're what capitalism should be.
This just in. Bryden endorses the cartels.
I don't. I endorse Ancapistan. I don't know.
Now that I think about it, Mexico is probably the closest thing to an ANCAP country on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, but not in a fun, good way. Not in the way that I like to think about it, which is like, don't violate the NAP. They're more like, look at these heads. We got them. That's our enemies. Let me upload it to Instagram. That's not good. I don't like that.
They observe the NAP. They don't screw with anyone who isn't trying to screw with them.
I really don't think that could possibly be true. You can't have I'm just saying there's no way that these cartel guys are like, oh yeah, I'm going to live by a code of honor, which is like, I won't decapitate this guy because he's not bothering me.
They literally do that, Bryden. And they have a very good
cold-blooded fucking killers, Matt.
Yeah, but they're not psychopaths. They're not
Yes, they are.
They're not spree killers. They don't kill indiscriminately.
I think they do. I think that if they're drunk and you maybe make them mad, they'll probably do you in like they.
But don't make them mad. It's pretty.
That's what we want. That's what we want, huh? Jesus, that's crazy. And a lot of those guys are coming up through our fucking northern border and acting all crazy or loco, as they say. I'm not interested. I don't like it. Murray Rothbard and Sombrero is pretty funny.
You need to go back and read your Hans Hermann Hoppe to really appreciate the beauty of the cartel system.
No. Hoppe's pretty racist. I don't think he likes them. But no, no. Fuck the cartels, man. I mean, good God. Now that I've said that, I can never go to Mexico. They'll find me.
They don't care, man.
They will when I start moving into their cream cheese business.
Yeah, that might get them. That might get them annoyed.
No, I mean, I don't know. I guess cream cheese, that's a thing. I mean, I know a bunch of prices of things are going up, but it's like when you're the Einstein Brothers Bagel Company, what were they? Why would they even open?
I actually saw you may have seen this as well. There was a Dunkin' Donuts somewhere in the U.S. that didn't have any donuts.
So they're just coffee?
Coffee and bagels, I'm guessing.
Because Dunkin' doesn't make their stuff in-house. They get them shipped in each morning. So I guess that's truck drivers aren't fucking arriving.
There you go. I don't know. I think I've been to like a Dunkin' Donuts like twice in the past 4 years.
They're all right. I mean, it's a donut shop. I'm not much for breakfast foods, and they don't. It's whatever.
Oh wait, no, yeah, I went to the Dunkin' Donuts at the Tbilisi airport when I was there in July. The one there serves burgers.
I've not heard of a Dunkin' burger.
Yeah, they have burgers, and they also, this is a common thing in Georgia, the country, a little delicacy called Mexican potatoes, which are basically like, thick cut potato wedges with Russian dressing.
That sounds fucking delicious.
It's not bad, actually. But there's nothing Mexican about it, but it's not bad.
Other than it's like clearly poverty food. No, but it sounds great.
Oh, it's typical. That's typical. That's typical Caucasian cuisine for you. They're not much on the spices. I mean, you go north of Chechnya, and their idea of a delicacy is just boiling lamb with no spices at all. And boiled meat is not great.
No, I can't imagine. I mean, didn't like the English, like fancy English people used to boil goose a lot?
Well, is England known for its beautiful, delicious cuisine?
No, they eat beans on toast and bread sandwiches and clay and shit. So
they eat spotted dick.
Yeah, what is spotted? It's some type of fish, right?
I think it's like an armor sausage or whatever that's called.
Yeah, blood sausage. They're pretty bad.
Blood sausage is bad. I'll give them that.
I can't think of one good thing that the English have ever done.
I like fish and chips.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give that to the Pakistanis. Like curry is England's national dish. That's how bad their food is. The Indians came over and they were like, "Look, it's curry," and they go, "Holy shit! It's not beans on toast." They gave them beans on toast, and the Indians were like, "Yeah, it's great. Here's curry." So it's the one time that actually, but think of the food makes sense. And the English brought all of the funny hats and shit like that to the Indians. So, I mean, I guess that's a fair cultural exchange.
Yeah, they also brought terrible dental practices.
Yeah. Well, I think that might have to be the poverty. I'll bet like the high caste people, like Patels and what have you in India, probably got pretty good teeth. Probably.
I mean, it's the stereotype of British people having bad teeth is absolutely true. I've been to London.
Well, yeah, you don't have to. Just find a British person. I mean, any video of like BBC man on the street. Oh, what'd you think about this terrorist attack or whatever? They're always like, teeth throwing up gang signs.
I've seen Albanians living in 3-room shacks that have better teeth than the average British person.
I don't know why they don't care about that. Like, they just don't care.
It may just be the fact that since they have the whole socialized medicine thing, the dentists there are just really, really bad, or like
they're fucking braces.
Or the good one, maybe there's probably like a 6-month wait list for braces in that country.
Okay,
I don't know. Any Brits watching can elucidate this for me.
I don't know. I don't know why they don't have. And Right Honorable as Beef Wellington. Oh, what a fucking hot ass sandwich! Like that's all Beef Wellington is. It's just beef rolled in fucking bread. It's just an extravagant sandwich. But it's just an extravagant ass sandwich.
Nothing wrong with sandwiches.
I don't think there's anything wrong with sandwiches either, but why do you gotta doll it up so fucking much? Just eat a sandwich. You can't like Gordon Ramsay, he's like Beef Wellington, your cunt and whatever. It's just a sandwich. It's just a baked ass sandwich. Fuck Beef Wellington. It's too much. It's like real Mexican food versus Taco Bell. Taco Bell gets straight to the point. All right? You don't have to have all this extra shit. Beef Wellington, fuck off with that. It's just a sandwich.
You're actually endorsing Taco Bell for real Mexican.
Yeah. Why does that surprise you? I have eaten there every day since Sunday.
Why?
Because it's fucking delicious, and it's been double points because of the World Series.
How's your blood pressure doing, Bryden?
It's fucking doing always terrible, Matt. I eat nothing but salt and talk to you.
Have you felt any odd stabbing pains in your chest recently?
Yeah, only when I wake up.
By the way, if you think this, if you have a question for Bryden or me, you can send us a tip to streamlabs.com/terrorhouse magazine, and we'll read it later on the show.
We will maybe get to that, or just
I
take
mean, I'm
more
not.
money.
I mean, I'm not going to diss Taco Bell. I mean, when I was in London, I went out of my way to a Taco Bell just because I hadn't been to one in years. But I wouldn't eat there every day.
It's literally my favorite restaurant. Not just fast food restaurant, my favorite restaurant. You know they do weddings?
I think you shared that with me.
Yeah. So I might get married at a Taco Bell. Erica says she's not against it. I think she's just that desperate to get married.
Yeah, that would be an absolutely Bryden move.
Oh, dude, it would rule. I mean, it would fucking rule to get married at Taco Bell, bro. I love Taco Bell. I'm going to eat there tomorrow. Like, I love it. I love it. Today I had a quesarito and a Baja Blast. Little light meal, lighter than what I usually get. You know, I usually have a cheesy gordita crunch, and then like probably spicy potato soft taco, and then, you know, the chips and cheese and a Baja Blast. But today, quesarito, Baja Blast.
Well, I guess that kind of answers the next question I was going to have, because like I was wondering like how many, since you're a vegetarian, how many items on the menu they would have that you could eat.
A ton, because everything that Taco Bell is interchangeable things. What I like to do on a lot of stuff, like the cheesy gordita crunch, for example, instead of the beef, I substitute potatoes, and I have the potatoes on there. Otherwise, they have an entire vegetarian menu, in which case most of the time they just substitute the beef with black beans. It's delicious. It's a great thing. Like today, the quesarito, black bean instead of beef. So good. It's a great place. I love Taco Bell.
Well, I mean, if you're happy, and
well, it's so cheap too. It's so damn cheap. You know that cheesy gordita crunch, the either beefy 5-layer, which I get with black beans instead of the beef, and then you know the chips and cheese and the Baja Blast. How much do you think that cost me? How much do you think that cost me?
$5.
$5 fucking dollars, Matt. That's too much food. It's too much food for lunch.
Well, it's like down here, you can get like a shit ton of like tacos and stuff at a local place for like $7.
Yeah, but then it's not Taco Bell. How much nacho cheese is on that? And is any of it supreme? Does it have a name in it like cheesy?
Well, I mean, you can get gringas down here. Gringas are pretty good.
The hell
I think you'd like a gringa. It's an al pastor taco with cheese and pineapple and you know, al pastor pork. So it's closer to what American would think a taco is.
Well, like I've had street tacos, you know, it's like oh, there's no cheese on it, and it's like that fucking big, and you know, it's like oh,
like a gringa is pretty big. It's like this big. It's actually it's really more like a burrito than it is a taco.
Well, they don't have burritos down there.
Yeah, they do on the border. Not here, but like on the border region.
Well, yeah, burritos is Tex-Mex, and Taco Bell is better than Tex-Mex.
It's like a Taco John does. It's like a Taco John doesn't even pretend to be Mexican. Like they just call it West Mex.
Well, I don't think Taco Bell pretends to be Mexican either. It's Taco Bell. It's uniquely Taco Bell. It's the greatest restaurant in the entire world. My dream job is to be some C-level executive at the fucking Yum Corporation. All right, in charge of some shit just for the Taco Bell division. That's a job I could sink my teeth into. But
well, here's your new aspiration in life. Buy your way onto their corporate board.
Yeah, that'd be great. I would love to sit there and just be like, hey, you know what we should do? Bring back the Mexican pizza. What do you think, fellas? Huh? Bring back gorditas, right? They're like, okay, we really care about the declining sales. I'm like, me too. Mexican pizza, gorditas. That would rule. I'd be the worst guy. I should just be rich. I wish I could just be a very rich, obnoxious person. Like Elon Musk, except racist as shit.
Just buy Shiba. You will be rich.
Oh, God. Everybody's talking about that. So I don't really know what that is. It's just some fucking crypto.
It's the Dogecoin killer. It's a worthless piece of shit that people are hyping up for no reason, and the price is going up. So
you mean like crypto?
no, here Boomer Brian comes in with the anti-crypto shit.
I have fucking crypto, but it's fucking, it doesn't say it's worthless, but I believe it's fucking worthless.
You believe it's so worthless that you spent money to acquire it.
Other people think that it's worth something, so I bought it, and I'm in the green.
There you go. There you go. It has value because other people believe it.
Right. It's bullshit.
Now
I'm against fiat currency, Matt. I mean, so this crypto shit is even worse. It's stupid, but I don't care. If I can make some money, then I'm fine with it. But it's not, I'm not going to sit here and sing the praises of fucking Bitcoin and act as if it's not going to zero.
It's not going to zero.
I just have to get out before it goes to zero.
It's not going to zero.
Might.
Yeah, it might, but the chance of that is small, and it's getting smaller every day.
Well, I don't know. People were like, hey, you know what? Enron, that's never going to zero. And what happened?
Enron is not anywhere as important to the economy as Bitcoin is.
Enron was a real company, though. What does Bitcoin do?
Bitcoin provides a store of value in a world in which every government is intent on printing their currency into worthlessness.
Yeah, there's no way that they could fuck up Bitcoin in an attempt to, bring more value to their currency.
Yeah, and they would fuck themselves over in the process.
Look,
the entire purpose of all this, crypto regulation, the occasional announcements from the government about crypto, they're doing it. They're not doing it because they want to ban it. They're doing it because they want to manipulate the price.
Mm-hmm. I've heard this before. I also think that the fucking government made Bitcoin, to be honest with you. But listen, if there's money to be made, I'm going to be there. Okay? Easy. That's an easy rule to live by. But
that's why Brian's down at the bus stop every Friday.
It's true. I'm sucking guys. All right? But look, I'm libertarian as shit. All right? Black and yellow, for sure. But I am not crazy enough to go, you know what? Bitcoin is the future. It's not the future. It's not. I mean,
it'll be a part of the future.
Yeah, a terrible part of the future, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of bad shit's going to happen because of Bitcoin. That's not why I'm there. I'm there to watch it go up and go, that's more money than I paid for it. And then one day I'll get out and I'll go, whew, thank goodness. Boat. I'm going to sail away now. I'll be like John McAfee, dude. I'm going to be on a boat in the middle of nowhere doing this podcast. Having girls poop through a hammock onto my face.
And then you'll get arrested and fake your own death?
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll also marry a hooker.
Yeah. At a Taco Bell. It'll be great. There's not much you can do with your life. I mean, once you realize that it's pointless. So just have girls poop through a hammock onto your face and don't pay your taxes. Duh. God, McAfee was fucking awesome.
He's still out there. He will come back. He will return.
He won't ever come back if he knows what's good for him. He won't ever come back. And he's really old anyway, so he'll die in the next couple of years if they didn't kill him before. So, yeah, it was still funny when I was just sitting at a bar and I get all these fucking text messages and DMs and shit. People were like, John McAfee died. Bad year, dude. Rush is still gone. He's not coming back. He died of the cancer.
Yeah, it sucks.
I don't know. I tried listening to radio's hard to listen to recently, and podcasts just aren't funny anymore. This one also not very funny today, but I tried listening to the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton show. I don't know if I've talked about this on here before.
Yeah, they're the Rush replacements.
Yeah. It's just damn horrible. It's so bad. And they're still using the my city was gone. They still use that. I think it's disrespectful. I'm not normally one for sanctimony and things like that, but I think it's downright disrespectful to still use that fucking music when they have these two bozos on there. One of them's like a former fucking Secret Service or some shit, so I don't trust him. I don't like him. Don't like him.
Bongino, the black guy?
No, different guy. He was in the CIA or some bullshit or something.
But, yeah, I think he's a Fox News contributor.
Yeah, he's got cancer, though. He might die.
Well, that sucks.
For him, I mean, I don't really give a shit about Dan Bongino, but...
And didn't you mention to me that they also play, like, old Rush clips on the show?
Yeah, they like doing that, in between breaks. Or, like, whenever it's hawking some fucking, advertisement thing, they'll occasionally play Rush reading the ad, and it's like, oh, my heart.
Here's what Rush had to say about my pillow.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like actually like that. And it's fucking horrible. I hate it. I'm sure this is what Rush would have wanted because it was his company. And he was like, yeah, of course, but it hurts my heart. I can't listen to it, dude. It breaks me every time. I'm like, oh, can you imagine what Rush would have said is what I think all the damn time. And it just kills me. I'm still not over it, dude. Still not over it.
At this rate, you'll probably never be over it.
Probably not. I mean, fuck. It's been a long goddamn year. Jesus. Every year gets so long.
Really? Because for me, every year just seems to get shorter and shorter and shorter. To the point where
go ahead. What, I mean,
to the point where, like, in like 5 years, it'll seem like every year goes by in the span of like 5 seconds.
Right. But that's the weird thing about time, right? So it, like it's almost Christmas. And it doesn't seem like it should be almost Christmas, right? Yeah. Like it's been a year since I moved to Florida. That's flown right by. But also, god damn, I don't know how like the year can go by so fast, but like every day is so long. Every day is grueling and long. But then I'm like, oh, where'd the time go? Is that what you mean? Or
yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
It could also be a side effect of cocaine abuse.
Well, abuse, misuse, shut your fucking face, whatever you want to call it. But we were in a completely different fucking place a year ago. And I feel like not much has moved outside of the barometer. Is just everything's just worse. But I don't know. Every day is exactly the same, I guess. It's a horrible life. It's a really bad way to live. Like, I'm fucking 34 now. What happened? What happened, Matt? I'm going to be 40.
And then you'll be 50, and then you'll be 60, and then you'll be 70.
I don't know about the last 2 or 3 iterations of that, but yeah. Not good.
Your stand-up comedy will be embraced in the year 2035 by a generation of young hipsters.
Yeah, but they're just gonna like make fun of me. Like it'll be like an ironic thing, They're gonna be like going to the shows. It'll all be on Zoom or something in the metaverse or some shit. I'm not ready for that. What do you think of this metaverse shit? I think it's fucking. It's bullshit, and I don't know why people are freaking out.
I still don't know what it is. Isn't it basically just Facebook changing their name?
Yeah, well, they're changing it to Meta. Yeah, but like this metaverse shit, it looks like it's just VR Second Life, and it looks like fucking garbage. But you've got people on Twitter saying like, "Oh, this is the beginning of the end. They're gonna hook everybody up to machines and all this crazy shit." And I don't think you could sell people that. These are the same people who think that NFTs are like a big, a good thing as well. So like, I don't understand. I was hoping you knew.
I mean, if they're doing some VR thing, I can see some people going for that just to get out of the horridness of everyday life. But
no, metaverse seems way uglier and worse than everyday life.
Really? I mean, oh, yeah. VR technology is pretty advanced these days. A friend of mine has an Oculus Rift, and he gave it to me. There was this like little demo like set in the world of Jurassic Park that was super realistic. Now, you really couldn't do anything with it, but they've got like tennis games and shit. You know, one of my friends was using the VR thing to look at porn.
Sure.
You know, I can see. I mean, and you know, I can see that sort of thing taking off for a certain subset of people.
Okay, and why don't you do me a favor and go ahead and look up on YouTube right now, Metaverse. And then you
Okay.
go ahead and tell me if this seems like something people would use at all for anything, or that it looks even remotely good. Because
Okay,
it
I'll
looks
look at
like
it right now.
it looks like a fucking Facebook game, but it's just a VR Facebook game, and it looks retarded. I've never seen anything dumber in my life. Second Life looks better. It's a complete piece of shit.
Wait, that's Metaverse?
It's Metaverse. Why don't you pull it up on the screen real quick, show a couple people, and I'm going to go take a piss.
It looks like, I mean, I guess the Second Life comparison wasn't too off base. It looks like an Xbox game from like 2003. Let me show that. Brave tab Metaverse. That's apparently Metaverse. That image there, and like they should have put more energy, more money into the graphics, because my God, that is bad. Like, I was expecting it at least to be up to Oculus Rift standards, you know, in terms of quality. This is bad.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. You got to see it when it's not Mark Zuckerberg giving his whole fucking thing of it. It was something they did some trial or whatever. Like, hey, we're going to have a party on Metaverse for 2 weeks or whatever. It looks like shit. It looks fucking dumb. It reminds me of, like, there was this other thing shortly after Second Life came out that was sort of like it. But, you know, it didn't take off. It just looked like fucking garbage, dude. So I don't get the whole, yeah, this is going to take over the world crap. And I don't get, I've seen a few tweets when I was trying to figure out.
Well, it's a concept that could take over the world if it was executed decently, which it clearly isn't.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get people to Matrix out and just, you know, Ready Player One fucking put this goggle shit on the damn time. You know, the VR crap is barely good for games. All right? Like, it's just not there.
I can see Coomers doing it, like with VR porn, and like there's now apparently like add-ons, like a motorized Bluetooth fleshlight you can hook up to you can connect to the VR headset, so it's like you're getting a blowjob.
Well, that just sounds fucking awesome. But outside of that, I mean, how many times can you come in a day?
Bryden has confirmed for failing No Nut November.
Yeah, dude. I don't fucking jump on trends. You know, but no, I mean, like, think about it. You know, it's like, okay, your whole life, you're just hooked up to this VR thing, and then it jerks you off or whatever. Okay, that sounds great, but like, what do you do between that? Nobody thinks about that.
You'd be shocked. You'd be shocked as to how much time a man can spend just jerking off to porn, to the point where his dick is bent at a 90-degree angle, and he has zero sensitivity.
Yeah, that doesn't appeal to me. I don't know.
It shouldn't appeal to anyone, but it does.
Like, once you come, I mean, you're just done, right? You're like, fucking, I gotta.
And then you do it again, and then you do it again.
Yeah, but why?
And before you know it, you've been doing it for 10 hours straight.
Yeah,
and your dick looks like Porky Pig's tail.
Nah, you already did it. Why would you do it again?
I feel you can't comprehend this because you're in a happy relationship and you're a normal guy, but there are tons of people out there like this, Bryden. Some of them have Twitter accounts. Some of them have podcasts.
Well, I want to listen to these podcasts. I do want to listen to these podcasts about guys who are just like, dude, what if they jerk up during their podcast? That would fucking rule. I would totally listen to that. That would be hilarious.
Didn't Sam High do that on the Weekly Sweat once? Just jack off on it?
I don't know. I don't remember. I feel like somebody would have told me that already.
But yeah, these are real people, not the majority of people necessarily, but there's a lot more of them out there than you think. People who are already obsessed with porn, have no social skills, just want to coom all day. They absolutely will hook themselves up into the VR world, put the little Bluetooth-enabled fleshlight on their dick, and they'll never come out.
Well, I mean,
it'll be like the Futurama segment. Don't date robots.
Yeah, well, dude, honestly, I say let them do it. Who are they hurting by doing that? It's just they can sit in their house and be like that. I don't give a shit. That's good. That means they're not out and about. Just let them stay there.
They weren't out and about anyway. I mean, if you're spending 8 hours a day on porn, you have no ability to maintain a normal social life.
Well, then that's fucking great. Who gives a shit? People get mad at like heroin addicts and stuff, and I'm like, well, if they didn't rob people, then who gives a shit? You know.
No, it's not really a good thing for the future of society. Not that
who gives a fuck about them. What you think that you think that those guys were going to be a great part of society? I mean, no. Let them be happy.
I'd hesitate to call their state happy, but I get what
you're saying. They would hesitate to call your state happy. They'd be like, why aren't you jacking off with heroin needles in your arms? That's what they like. Let them like it. We like stupid shit. We do this fucking dumbass podcast. Why? Makes us happy, right? Let them be happy. I don't give a shit. Put them in they can sit in there. As long as they're away from people, I don't give a shit. Let them do it. What's the problem here? Where am I wrong?
Probably will cause the total collapse of everything you love.
No, I don't think so. We just keep those guys. They can just stay inside. I mean, I don't think that we, outside of what they're doing, should make commercials going, you know what you should do? Stay inside and do heroin and jerk off. That would be bad. That's not good. But if they want to do it, fucking go nuts.
Well, I'm just looking at it from the perspective of these people are not going to keep to themselves. They're going to become a problem for me in some fashion. They absolutely will. I just see it.
Well, how? How are they going to become a problem for you?
It's just this feeling I have, Bryden.
Well, they got a feeling too, and it probably feels a lot better. So, just saying, man. Because, this is something I never understood. The guy in the Matrix I relate to the most is Cyrus. He just wants to get the fuck back in, and he goes, I want to be a movie star.
You mean Cypher? You mean Cypher, right?
Is it Cypher? The guy who wants to go back into the Matrix?
Yeah, the guy played by Joe Pantalone or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
The greasy Italian.
Right, yeah. I relate to that guy the most because it's like, he goes, I know this is not a real steak, but it tastes good. Fuck it. Put me back in. I don't want to remember shit. Put me back in. I want to be a movie star. That'd be great. I understand that. That makes more sense than I got to hang out with fucking Keanu Reeves now. All my friends are getting killed. Everybody's black in the third one. Who wants to live there? Tranny created me.
Well, I mean, the problem is it's not real. And Cypher ended up being killed for what he tried to do. So,
yeah, I'm not saying it was a good move. I'm just saying I understand his motivation. But, okay. And who defines what is real?
Have we talked about the fourth movie yet? The one that's coming out?
Oh, probably a little bit. I'm gonna watch it. I'm sure it's gonna be horrible.
I'm really tempted to watch it, even though I shouldn't be, because I don't understand the internal logic here. Okay, they brought back Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss, whose characters both died in the third one. They didn't bring back Lawrence Fishburne, whose character survived, but they went and recast him with some younger black guy who looks gay.
Oh, that's a shame.
They didn't bring back Hugo Weaving. I mean, because apparently they weren't operating on the logic of, okay, we're bringing back dead characters. Let's bring back one that's actually interesting. They didn't bring him back.
Well, but they can do that in the Matrix, though, because you remember when the Oracle died, they recast her. So, she didn't die in the story, but the actress died. So,
but no one's going to be able to compete with Hugo Weaving.
Well, I mean, how are you going to have the Matrix without Morpheus in it? The real Morpheus. So, but I don't know. But what I think they're going to do, I haven't been reading up on this at all, but what I think they're going to do is, the who were the dudes that are ladies now that made it? The Wachowskis. Yeah, the
Lana
Wachowski.
Lana Wachowski. I think the other one actually isn't involved with it.
Oh, good. So it's gonna be a real piece of shit then. I guarantee they try to make it like a tranny parable now because
They already said that the original movies were about transsexuality.
but it wasn't. But it fucking wasn't, and we know that it wasn't. So I think they're gonna be real ham-fisted with it, and it's gonna be stupid.
Well, I'm just wondering how it fits into fucking chronology. I mean, I assume they're just going to reboot the continuity and make it all even more woke than it already was. Because it was a pretty damn woke series when it was new. It was a good series, not great, but good. But they're going to go overboard, like you said, with the tranny shit.
The only good Matrix movie is the first one.
Boo.
Sorry, second one's boring. The third one's preachy.
I think they're all roughly on the same level of like 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But I mean, can you remember when you were a kid and you saw The Matrix? That was the coolest thing you had ever seen.
Yeah, it's all right.
You know, dude, that was the invention of fucking dodging bullet time shit. Max Payne was entirely inspired by it.
Max Payne was actually in development before The Matrix came out.
Really? Okay.
They came up with the bullet time thing back in 1996. And also, the bullet time was used in Hong Kong action movies. The Matrix's innovation was that it brought all that shit to, like, Western movies.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And they also threw a ton of animation into it.
Yeah. Whatever. That first movie's good. I mean, it's stupid now.
Because I can't diss the Matrix sequels because every flaw that they have is also in the first movie. Like the wooden acting, the plot, the overwritten dialogue, action scenes that go on for too long with no payoff. That's all in the first movie.
I don't know. I like the first one. I think the second two stink.
Well, it's like you know, one thing I didn't like about the second movie is like there's a scene with Neo fighting all those Agent Smiths, but he just runs away at the end of it. Well, he did that in the first movie. He's fighting Agent Smith in the subway, and at the end of it, he just runs away. There's no conclusion.
Well, he had to run away, dude. He can't get rid of Agent Smith now. He's not ready.
Oh, yeah, but it's not... The point is that neither scene was, like, fulfilling or, thrilling. There's no conclusion.
The conclusion is he realizes he's not ready.
It's not entertaining to watch that. There's no payoff.
The payoff is you realize that Neo isn't ready and he will be stronger later.
The payoff is him running away.
Yes, because he's smart.
Brave Sir Robbins bravely ran away.
He knows that he's not ready yet, but he will be because you know that it's the type of movie where Neo eventually wins. But he's not ready. It's a kung fu type of thing. He's like, oh, he's not ready. I don't know. I don't know. Your complaints are completely different than my complaints. But yeah, The Matrix fucking stinks. But I'm going to watch the fourth one. I mean, you can't not watch it. You can't not watch it, dude. It's gonna suck. I mean,
then again, I ended up skipping, the new Jay and Silent Bob movies, so I don't know.
I had a soft spot for, Digital Marketer. I've seen the Animatrix. Exactly.
Animatrix isn't terrible. I mean, it's very uneven, but
I don't remember anything about it. I just know I've seen it. It's old.
The only ones I remember there's the one that was computer generated, which was the most boring one, but it was nice looking. And then there was the one that explains the backstory of the Matrix, which was not bad.
Well, when it comes to the goddamn Jay and Silent Bob reboot, I get what Kevin Smith was going for. It's specifically not targeted at people my age. Like it's because it's very meta in that it tells people my age, this isn't for you. It's for a new generation of, and it's fine. It's not great.
His motivation in making it was that he needed to restock his cocaine stash. Maybe.
I mean, I think he's too old to do coke, but like he's vegan. That's why he got skinny. But
he's probably enjoying his new health now. I mean, well, he kind of looks like shit, but he's skinny. That's good for him.
Yeah, I mean, shit, he's super skinny now compared.
And Jason Mewes looks fucking terrible.
Well, yeah, Jason Mewes kind of led a rough life for a while, so catches up with you. But I don't know. I watched the Kevin Smith Jay and Silent Bob reboot, and it was. I'm not going to trash it too hard out of respect for Kevin Smith. because I like so many of his movies. I think he as a person, he is just the biggest fucking pussy dork in the world now. But oh well. It's not for me. It's just not the movie. It wasn't the movie made for me.
I'm not a big fan. I like the first Clerks is good. Mallrats is fucking terrible. I know Beckloff is going to get in the chat yelling at me.
Mallrats is fucking good. Mallrats is good.
Mallrats sucks.
I like Mallrats. I even like Chasing Amy. Zack and Miri is not that good.
Chasing Amy sucks.
Chasing Amy's pretty good. Even Clerks 2 is fucking hilarious.
Clerks 2 isn't bad. Dogma
rules?
No.
Dogma's hilarious?
It's better than the previous two, but...
Dude.
And Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back was okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Jay and Silent Bob movies are not my favorite, but like... I mean, I don't know. Was it fucking Red State is great.
I haven't seen that great. One.
Yeah, he made horror movies, and they're fucking good. Kevin Smith is a great writer and director. I mean, there's no denying that. But
no, I mean, Jersey Girl sucked. Zack and Miri was fucking awful.
Yeah, I didn't like Zack and Miri.
Yeah, that was one of the few movies I can remember that one of the last movies where I actually got kind of hyped for it, like because it was such a good premise.
It was just you that was hyped for it, though. You know, on release, that movie made $35,000.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. It was fucking terrible.
Well, nobody went to see it.
Probably because it's a movie you couldn't really market that effectively.
Well, yeah, he talks about that in one of his Evening with Kevin Smith things. Is like they marketed half of it was marketed as Zack and Miri, and then it was Zack and Miri make a porno, and then But yeah, it did horribly, terribly. Really, a movie that makes $35,000 is bad.
Wait, are you saying 35000 or 3500000?
No, $35,000. That's
what
a bit
the fuck?
That was opening day for Zack and Miri.
That's terrible.
Oh yeah, really bad.
That's almost as bad as when the Tucker Max movie bombed.
That was a Tucker Max movie?
Yeah, back in 2009. They adapted.
For Beer in Hell.
That was adapted into a movie which I liked at the time, but in retrospect, it's really bad.
Well, the book is not good. It's all bullshit. It's just lies.
It's truth mixed with bullshit. It's like half and half. Like there's parts you can tell. You can tell there are parts that are true and there are parts that are not true. Like the sushi pants story, probably true. The anal sex story, probably bullshit.
Fake as fuck. Yeah,
that's the fakest one. And Opie and Anthony called that shit out hard.
Well, because it's dumb. I don't know. Listen. I'm not gonna sit
dumb
here and
and weird.
I'm not gonna sit here and trash talk Tucker Max because I used to like him. I thought he was a cool guy, but now it's like, you're a liar.
He's just become another internet marketer now.
Good for him.
Well, the biggest lie he did was like when he was on the movie tour, like he had the genius idea of getting an X-ray of himself getting blown, which completely destroyed his testicles.
Oh, I guess it might. Yeah.
And
That's a good bit, though.
And then he claimed that he raised his testosterone naturally, which is bullshit.
Well, okay. How did he claim he did it? Just by
with like fucking fenugreek.
What is fenugreek? I've heard of Phenabutt.
It's a fucking supplement you can buy at the grocery store. It does have proven effects of raising testosterone, but that's only if you're already healthy. If you shot X-rays into your nuts, drinking maca root is not going to get you back up to normal. Okay, so you know what this guy did? He fucking went on gear. He went on gear, and then he went and wrote a book about how he raised his testosterone naturally, which he did not. You know what his secret was? Again, he just did steroids. Everybody does fucking steroids.
What if he did X-ray his nuts, and then the radiation in his nuts made him have Hulk dick? Like then what? What would you do?
I think he did make that joke. He actually went on Dr. Drew and like talked about it, and Dr. Drew was like lost his shit. But Tucker Max was like, "Oh, so you mean I don't have to use a condom anymore?"
I don't know. I'm not gonna shit talk to Tucker Max. I mean, I assume he's got to have like a podcast or something now, right? Everybody's got a fucking podcast.
He runs some book publishing thing.
Not as good as Terror House though.
Absolutely not. Well,
Right.
there was a period where he was trying to run this like site called the Mating Grounds, which was basically a ripoff of like the Manosphere. The guy went and straight up plagiarized everything Mike Cernovich ever wrote. And Cernovich went and destroyed the Google ranking of his site so badly he was stuck doing podcasts.
God, the fact that anybody is on the internet at all, like, just I was thinking about this yesterday. Forget what I was like. Erica was listening to something or whatever, but it was just like people complaining, and it occurred to me. I'm like, everybody on the internet's gay. Like, it's a dumb thing because, like, I'm tired. I'm thinking I got to go to bed. I can't wait for the weekend so that I can get real drunk. And I'm like, real drunk for what? So that I could get onto the internet for an extended period of time. This is horrible. Like, I don't know. You keep telling me about Linkola, and I think I'm gonna have to check him out.
Penty Linkola. Will life prevail? That is the book for people who don't know what Brian's talking about.
I gotta, I don't know. I didn't think I could get much darker. I think I might have to become like a fucking mortalist or something, dude. Like,
just don't move into a cabin in Montana.
Well, what am I gonna do in there? Get drunk probably.
Just don't do that, Bryden. That's not a path that ends happily.
Well, I mean, what? And you know what doesn't happily? Doing this piece of shit podcast and drinking Sam Adams. Oh boy, what a happy life! Like, Jesus fuck. I'm telling you, man. I think the internet ruined everybody. I'm happy for the internet. Wouldn't have met you otherwise. But besides that, what is the damn point? Everybody on the internet, just such a bunch of fucking self-absorbed pricks. I can't stand it. I don't understand it. Don't understand it.
Yeah, it ain't great. But on the one hand, it does, bring us a torrent of entertainment every day.
Does it? I'm kind of, everything is the same now. Like, I haven't seen an original joke on the fucking Twitter timeline, I think, ever. It's all people like, oh, look at this frog with a fucking Burger King hat on it. Yeah, it's a real fucking winner. 18,000 retweets on that one. Oh, you really dunked on some congresswoman nobody's fucking heard of from Maine.
Well, you just need to go outside and touch grass, and then you'll feel a lot better.
I touched grass. It's fucking filthy. I don't care.
Go and touch it again.
Nah, it's gross. It's wet and gross. I hate it. There's bugs.
Don't do it when it's raining, Bryden. Of course you'll be all wet.
It's Florida. It's always fucking, there's nothing you can do. But nah, you go out there like, oh, touch grass. Even that. That's one thing that one asshole said, and now for a year now, every asshole says that while being hypocritical. They're like, you spend too much time on the internet. It's like, you do too. I just told you my problem with the internet is, what do I have to look forward to this weekend? Oh, extended time on the internet. Oh, boy. It's a nightmare. It's a horrible nightmare. And I don't know if there's anybody that's not living it now.
It's the most fun nightmare ever.
No, it's not. It's dumb. I mean, I reverted back to like 2006 internet. So like on TikTok, all of mine is just like cats and dogs and pigs and monkeys and shit. And I'm like, oh, well, baby.
And now you're complaining about people just doing the same shit over and over.
Yeah. Well, there's only so many things that those animals can do.
Are you going to start posting rage comics next?
No, people are already doing that. They're called Wojaks. It's just a new iteration of it. It's fucking stupid.
Is there to animals now? Or are you going to go back to advice animals? Are you going to start calling everything a fail?
No, people still do that, though. Like boomers, they go, that's a fail epic. I'm like, oof.
Well, yeah, boomers are doing it. You shouldn't be doing it. Just like when your parents try to get into the same music you do.
Well, okay, a couple things. One, boomers vote Republican, so should you. And two, a lot of boomer music fucking rules.
No, I'm not talking about boomer music. I'm talking about when they start listening to stuff our age.
Well, the stuff our age is like what? We got
Like if my mom called me up and was like, "Hey, I'm listening to Billie Eilish," I'd be like,
Well, no, buddy. How old do you think we are? We are too old for Billie Eilish.
okay, Saint Vincent. Okay, that's a little more. That's a little more our age group. If my mom was like, "Hey, this Saint Vincent chick is all right," I'd be. It would take all my willpower not to just toss all my Saint Vincent records in the trash.
I don't know. That seems like
My dad actually did something like that when I was in college. You know,
tossed all
my
your
dad.
Saint Vincent records in the trash.
No. My dad hated video games. You know, he was one of those video games, just waste your time, blah blah blah. Now, in 2007 or so, he was picking me up from my first year of college, and my sister was going into she was going to major in computer programming, so they went to some job fair, and he was raving about like, "Oh, Halo 3 looks so awesome. These video games are so cool." And like at that point, I was like, I cannot play another video game again for the rest of my life. It's done.
Now, why do you hate your dad?
I like my dad. I just don't like.
Have you forgiven your father?
I don't get the reference.
It's Jesse Lee Peterson.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking Roy Masters.
Have you forgiven your father? I can't. I haven't done Jesse Lee for a while. Bryden complaining about the internet reminds me of when Krusty the Clown grew a ponytail and became dark. Kind of. I've been watching the old Simpsons episodes, man, and it's weird because like it gets bad around like season 9. But
that's
like
pretty early on, actually.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So basically, The Simpsons had like what, 5 good seasons? 6?
Basically, probably season 2 through 8 are pretty good. But then it really changes because like the first season it's trying to get its footing. Second season it sort of gets it. By season 7 they're not really doing character driven stories anymore. It's just wacky stuff, and it's weird to like check what season it is because like I'm going back and like I'm on season 11 now, and it's like, man, it's not as good, but like I remember watching these and really liking these jokes. You know, like Stupid Sexy Flanders isn't until like season 10, you know. And it is what it is, but it's definitely it's odd to watch them because like part of me is like, oh, this is great and funny and whatever. And then the other part of me is just like sad for all the time that's passed between, you know, when I first saw it. Because I used to like come home and 8 o'clock on Fox on Sundays. That's The Simpsons. And then like now I have nothing like that to look forward to. Nothing, you know. It's strange.
Yeah, we have Bob's Burgers instead and Rick and Morty.
Well, Bob's Burgers, I haven't watched any of the newest seasons. I'll like wait a couple years between, you know, watching it because I just kind of forget about it. But I like Bob's Burgers. I think it's
not a bad show. I mean, people should. I mean, I got turned on watching some episodes when I was coming back from Turkey. You know, people shit on the first season of Bob Burgers. I got out the season 3. First season's all right. It's not mind blowing, but like made me laugh.
Yeah, it gets better as it goes on. Once they find their footing and they know what they're doing, it's a good show. And then
I think it's hilarious that they have like the two of the main female characters are voiced by dudes.
Yeah.
That's fun. I mean, that's fucking hilarious to me for some reason.
Well, Bart Simpson's voiced by a woman, so
well, that makes more sense because you know you're voicing a prepubescent boy. You know, like a man is not going to be able to do that effectively to your voice breaking. You know, that's pretty common with like cartoons.
Well,
like,
both of the men that are voicing female characters on Bob's Burgers are gay.
Well, that makes sense.
There you go. Put that in your pipe and smoke about it there, Matt. Yeah. Bob's Burgers is fine. Rick and Morty's not a bad show either, I guess. It's just not really for me.
It's getting season 3, like I said, season 3 is where it went way downhill. Season 4 and 5 haven't been terrible, but like they're not as good as the first 2 seasons, and the show is pretty exclusively catering to the Reddit crowd now.
Well, that's who the audience is. I mean, Dan Harmon did it, and like Dan Harmon is an egotistical fucking piece of shit. And I love Community, but it's I don't know. It's just not for me. I just can't get into it. I mean, It's not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and shit on it, but nah, not my thing.
I mean, it still makes me laugh, but not like as much as it used to.
There's just not much out there. I mean, you know what's good? I know I brought it up on the show before, but on Netflix, there's a show called Hoops. It's an animated show that's I thought was pretty okay. I wouldn't give it above a 5.5, but if you have nothing else to watch, it's there for you to watch.
I'll add it to the list. Actually, since we're on the topic, what did you think of the Simpsons movie? Because I like that a lot.
I tried to watch it, and I remember at the time being excited for it, but yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's just like I'll bet I would. I understand why I liked it when I was younger, but like if you go back and you watch the golden era Simpsons, you watch like seasons 2 through 8. If you watch those, and then you're forced to watch the Simpsons movie and the later seasons, there's just noticeably something lacking. Like the writing is totally changed. You're not getting any real character development. It's just wacky shit, which it makes me wonder. I think that's probably around the time Family Guy started and became very popular. So the Simpsons crew was probably like, well, we got to do more of this shit. But I don't know.
The Family Guy effect on comedy was not a good one.
Well, I mean, Family Guy was that from the start, though, the cutaway jokes and stuff, and that's what makes it fine. I mean, there's still some good Family Guy episodes.
I mean, there's some good ones. I don't like the whole cutaway gag thing just because it's just some random pop culture reference that really makes no sense if you don't know the context. So, like, in 20 years, people are going to watch these old Family Guy episodes and have no idea what's going on.
But that was, you could say the same thing with like Cheers or, Home Improvement. There was always pop culture references in sitcoms.
Well, I mean, those are good examples. Who the fuck talks about Cheers these days?
Cheers is one of the greatest fucking shows. The first 3 or 4 seasons especially are great. Cheers is great. Frasier is incredible.
I could never get into either show.
Oh, man. Well, you got to get into Frasier. Frasier is like a really funny show. I don't know.
I don't know why. It just didn't appeal to me. It's like maybe because it was around the same time that Seinfeld came on. Seinfeld just kind of rewrote the book on sitcoms.
Yeah, Seinfeld's great. That's kind of a timeless one.
Like Seinfeld, and I guess when Arrested Development came along, kind of also rewrote the book on sitcoms. So you watch those two shows, and it makes everything else that was around the same time just kind of pale in comparison.
Sure, but I mean that's like saying that any band that wasn't the Rolling Stones at the time sucks. Well, that's not true. It's just it kind of defined the genre and the era.
I don't know. There's elements in like traditional sitcoms that I don't like. Like I don't like laugh tracks. I don't like the whole live studio audience thing. I don't like the idea that I need to be cued to laugh.
Yeah,
it should stand on its own.
That's gone from most stuff. I know they still have laugh tracks on a lot of stuff, but that's gone from a lot of stuff. But like, you can't say, okay, laugh tracks are always bad. MASH is still a good show despite the laugh track. How I Met Your Mother, the first 3 seasons is still pretty good despite the laugh track. Home Improvement, great show despite the laugh track. Cheers, great show despite the laugh track. Same with Frasier. Did
you ever see that video of someone took a clip from The Big Bang Theory and edited out the laugh track just to prove that it's not funny?
Yeah. Well, The Big Bang Theory stinks. That's a terrible show. I've never been able to get through an entire episode because I don't understand what the whole deal is. You're like, oh, we got all these fake smart guys sitting around, and then there's like a hot chick. And
my main reason for not liking The Big Bang Theory. My grandma likes it.
Why do you hate your grandmother?
I don't hate my grandmother. I just think she has terrible taste.
I don't know. I think you might hate your grandmother.
She went to a Pussycat March.
Dude, that fucking rules. I hate your grandmother. I mean, I hate your grandmother because she birthed one of your parents and that ultimately came to you being around. But the Pussycat thing is fucking hilarious. That fucking rules. Why did she go? What was it? She really hated Trump that much?
Oh yeah, she's a lifelong Democrat. She's a huge fan of Hillary Clinton.
Oh boy.
She's a self-proclaimed feminist.
Oh boy, an old feminist, huh? So she doesn't know what the new stuff's about.
Yeah.
Like back in her day, she was like, "Don't rape us," and then now they're like, "You got to let them in the bathroom to rape you."
Yeah, yeah. Which is funny because she hates all that stuff, but she still votes for the party that pushes it.
I mean, with old people, there's really not much you can do. Like my grandmother, she was a lifelong Democrat until Trump came along. And then now she's like, I will never vote for another Democrat again. It's a shame that she's older than dirt. But...
there's something you can do with old people. It involves your hands and a set of stairs.
Help them down the stairs like a gentleman? I mean, geez.
Bryden, you are such a card.
Yeah. This is for anybody that doesn't know what that phrase means. I always like explaining it. Matt, do you know why people are considered like, he's a card?
A kidder?
No. You know what it means? They're a card. Someone to be dealt with. That's what it is. Isn't that fucking clever? I love it. Whoever came up with, you're such a card. Someone to be dealt with.
It makes sense.
It's great. And it makes it a better phrase when you know where it came from and what it means. I love it. I love it.
And we're definitely going to be dealing with your dumb ass.
Well, not for long. I'm going to fucking kill myself, man. Dude, I don't know why. So, like, I haven't read Dostoevsky. I don't want to mess up the quote. You talk while I'm Googling. Hey, this is Googling stuff, the podcast. We're back in the old days.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know you were going to be reading Dostoevsky in the first place. Didn't see your style.
Oh, apparently this is according to missbar.com. This is it's misattributed to him, but I still like it. Tolerance will reach such a level that intelligent people will be banned from thinking so as not to offend the imbeciles. I don't know who said it though. If it wasn't that old sad Russian novelist too.
You know who said it?
Who?
Someone on Free Republic. Probably.
That sounds right.
Someone who had a blog in around circa 2008.
Better time. Everybody was so mad or happy about that black guy.
Yeah,
better time.
Yeah, that economic crash was so lit, dude. Losing our jobs.
Go on.
That was so cool.
Yeah, all those things happened, but what weren't they doing then? Forcing people to take experimental drugs, locking them in their homes. It has gotten worse. It was better. That's
the first time anyone ever looked back on 2008 with anything resembling nostalgia.
Yeah,
I hated that fucking year.
It wasn't.
I hated that fucking year because I lost my job.
I think we all lost our job in 2008. I don't remember where it was working, and it was probably my fault. But what was I doing in 2008? Oh, I did lose my job in 2008. I think it was unrelated to that, though. I used to get fired a lot.
That sounds like a Bryden move.
Well, people don't like it when you show up drunk and you go, yeah, I don't really care about this job. So I used to be a cool guy. Now,
so basically, you were the forerunner of all the people right now who are just telling their bosses to fuck off.
Yeah. I've chewed out a lot of bosses before.
You started a movement, Bryden.
Yeah, communism. I was the first workers' rights guy.
Well, you do have to understand that Marx was the first true libertarian.
Well, why is that? Because he was a fucking pedo, or what?
What? You've never heard of the withering away of the state?
Okay, fair enough.
Marx said, when the workers' utopia is achieved, there will be no government. Marx was a libertarian. No, he was ANCAP.
You should work for CNN. Oh, that would rule. You see, one day, people don't know this, but Matt and I have this in the works. One day, we're going to start TNN, Terror News Network. It's going to
number one in Afghanistan.
Oh, man. If I could get us a long enough string to put 2 tin cans together, we could be the number one source of information in Afghanistan. That'd be incredible.
And we'll just have interviews with Muslim guys with 100 names, first names.
Yeah, I think all of their first names are Muhammad, but the rest of it's confusing.
Well, it's like you saw that intercept list, right? Of that on the list of Facebook's dangerous individuals list.
Yeah,
a list that includes me, by the way.
Yeah, big dangerous Matt Forney over here.
Yeah, I'm on the list along with they've got I'm under the hate category, under the terrorism category. It's literally all Muslims of names like Al Shaboub, Al Muhammad, Al Shaboub, Al Filthy, going on for 3 more sentence lines.
It's a long name. I mean, how are they going to be able to have social security cards when they come to the U.S. with names that long?
They can just double print it. I mean, doing otherwise would be Islamophobic.
It's just...
Doesn't explain why I got banned from Facebook, though. This was a couple years ago.
I don't know. That's you're not the person that I think of when I think of hateful people. It's like the last thing I think of.
Well, somebody at Facebook disagrees. Well, this happened about 2 years ago. I just got a message one morning saying, well, first I got a push notification on my phone says I had to log back into my account. It's like, that's not good. That means
always the thing.
So I log back into the account. They tell me that my account has been permanently disabled. So I sent them an email. For the email they provided me, it was like, okay, why has my account been disabled? And they said, we've permanently disabled your account due to repeated violations of community guidelines. But we can't tell you what those violations are.
See, it would make more sense if you were on that list because they were like, I hate this person because he is permanently disabled. But I wish I had my drops. I said you were retarded and I hate you. Somebody thought this was funny. I guarantee it. Somebody's in their stupid car coming back from work now, and they're like, that was pretty good, Bryden. Pretty good.
Somebody's in a basement somewhere cooking a can of beans with an upside down iron and thinking, yeah, Bryden, you really got his ass.
Dude, that would rule. If you know how to cook beans with an upside down iron in a basement, I want to know how you snuck into that basement and got their iron without them noticing, because that would rule. Have we ever done like a demographic survey to find out who the fuck listens to this? I know it's just basically nerds that read books, but
we did a demographic survey back in 2018, but that was before we started the show. So
I want to know
we had a lot
how
of
poor the white people that listen to this show are.
We had a lot of Zoomers back then. I'm not sure if we do now.
It better not. If you're fucking under the age of 25 and you're listening to this shit, turn it off. If you're a girl and you're listening to this, turn it off.
No, if you're a girl, you can
turn it off.
You can send the messages to me.
You can't. I will delete them and I will report you to the FBI.
You're gonna report FBI informants to the FBI?
Yes.
It's a bit redundant.
Well, they ought to know that their guys aren't doing a good job. It's like think of it as like a fucking survey after you take off of your receipt at Wendy's. How funny would it be if like the FBI came to people's door and then afterwards they were like, and hey, just a quick thing, there is a code on the back of here. If you think I did a good job today, please go and get it. Firefighters should do that shit. We should turn the whole fucking world into like some type of social credit system like that. That would be great.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely be able to build back better with that. Build back higher.
Yeah, Bill Beckham. So did Biden shit his pants or not?
When does he not shit his pants?
Well, but the thing, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like he's at the Vatican and then he comes back in a different suit after everybody was rushed out. And then the rumor at the Vatican was he shit himself. He's an old man. It might have happened. Did he shit himself or not?
I'll just assume that he did.
I kind of assume that he did too. Our president's out there shitting himself. He can't remember anything. I'm still waiting on. But how is it? They were on Trump's ass for Covfefe for fucking ever. Forever. Covfefe, you know. And then in the campaign, we had Shibboleth pressure. And yeah, people make fun of that still. But like, why did no one ask him, sir, what the fuck does Shibboleth pressure mean? Because they asked Trump all the time, and he just played it up. He was like, yeah, I meant to do that. Actually, I meant to. People are still wondering what the true meaning of Covfefe means. And it's like idiots, QAnon dorks were going off saying it's some ancient Hebrew or some crap. I already know what Shibboleth pressure means. I think it means true international pressure. I think that's what he meant to say.
It's like how that news anchor got fired because she accidentally compressed two innocuous words and ended up saying the N-word.
Oh, I didn't remember that one. I thought you were talking about the one that accidentally said Martin Luther Coon.
I haven't heard of that one actually, but this was like I think in California. Some lady was like she kind of flubbed the line. You know, she was doing a news report and she ended up saying the N-word accidentally.
Yeah, but so did Joe Biden. Joe Biden literally did that.
Well, now you're asking,
right?
Now you're asking the question of like why the press hammers Republicans on the most minor shit while ignoring major Democratic scandals. The question kind of answers itself.
Well, no, it doesn't, because it's like it's still every time I see it, I'm like, what the hell? The biggest one, and this was what Rush would always say. He would go every time. It's Republicans pounce, and I see it all the time. They always say pounce, Republicans pounce, Republicans pounce. That's a Rush thing. Ben Shapiro fucking tweeted pounce over some article. That's all they ever do. They go Republicans pounce. You never see Democrats pouncing. We are the only ones that pounce.
Well, they're too old. Pouncing would cause them to break a bone. Can Jerry Nadler pounce?
No. Oh god, longest zipper in Congress, fucking Jerry Nadler. What a fucking weird.
Or as he used to be known, Jerry Wadler.
Dude, yes.
And a guy who shit his pants in public.
That's true. He passed out not too recently. What's going on with these guys? Is there an adrenochrome shortage as well?
What?
I mean, I would think that they'd bring that in. No cream cheese, but there's got to be adrenochrome.
Well, there was clearly a shortage during the first lockdown. All those celebrities who looked like shit recording videos.
Yeah. I don't really believe that adrenochrome stuff, but it's a fun one to think about.
They're getting something from the kids.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it at all. I just know that they're weird. Like it's just not the way I'd live my life.
They're Satanists who believe in the dark gods.
You know how gay that would be? Like, for real. Do you know how gay it would be if, like, the elites actually believed in some weird, stupid occult shit? And then, meanwhile, there's, like, although I thought this was cool, you've got, like, guys in Seattle doing, like, Jesus rules fucking marches. And meanwhile, I got to sit over here and I'm like, okay, well, there's no God or devil. And what are you guys doing? Can we just, like, I don't know, act like people?
That's just you being spiritually autistic and unaware of the greater spiritual warfare of our age.
No, I think it's crazy people that are just mad about things when they should be mad about real shit instead. Like actual shit.
Okay, Reddit, did you misplace your fedora?
No.
You already got the big blue dick vape.
What blue vape are you talking about?
Your vape is like this massive giant vein dick.
Vein dick? Oh yeah, I call it the Forney head. Look, I don't know. I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think that I'm wrong here to go, it would be super gay if the elites are all a bunch of goddamn like Satanists, and then you've got like all of these other people that believe in fucking all this other god shit. When instead you would think that people would go, where's the cream cheese at the Einstein's Donuts?
Reddit alert, Reddit alert.
I guess, heaven forbid. I'm banned from Reddit.
Are you feeling enlightened by your? Are you feeling euphoric right now, Bryden?
Oh man, I am euphoric in my enlightenment or whatever the fuck that was. God, I'm not a professional quote maker, but
to answer your question, it is pretty gay. The Satanist shit, in the most literal sense.
It just seems, because
we're talking about people who literally think getting fucked in the ass gives them satanic power.
Yeah, but people say that, but do they really?
That's what
it's literally did. It's less gay to just be gay. It is. It's far less gay to just like getting fucked in the ass than it is to get fucked in the ass and think that it gives you powers.
You don't understand the gay mentality if you miss the boat on that one.
I guess. This is what I'm talking about. I'm a man without a fucking country here. It's just me and Sheldon Solomon.
Yeah, you and Sheldon Solomon, what a duo.
I can't get him on the show. He won't come on. Won't respond.
Yeah, that blows.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? Keep making bad podcasts without him, I guess. Oh well. Well, you want to do a chair house news? I can take a piss and we come back and wrap this thing up?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Well, we don't really have much news. The biggest news we have is that our next book, Blood Poppy by Jay Black, will be out on Black Friday, November 26th. Jay Black, you'll recall, is the author of Gutter Snipe, which we released in April. A book so heated that he was investigated by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police for hate speech. Blood Poppy is his second novel. It's a crime novel about the war in Afghanistan, the heroin trade, the opioid epidemic, the opioid crisis, and all kinds of fun stuff, relatable stuff. That will be out on November 26th. We'll be posting excerpts as well as an interview with Black on the site later this month. We'll also be having a big blowout sale on Black Friday, like we did last year as well. Basically, everything on our site will be on sale. For how much, I don't know yet. If you want to find out advanced details, you can always sign up to the newsletter at terrorhousepress.com. I think there's also a link in the description, and you'll get advanced notification of all of our upcoming announcements. You're back, Bryden?
I am back, Bryden. I'm front Bryden, too. Whole Bryden's here.
It's about 90% back.
No, dude. If anything, I'm way more front than back. That gut counts for way more than back. Yeah, way more front. But yeah. What a meandering, odd, topicless, fucking lazy episode of this show this has been.
People are active in the chat. They seem to like it. By the way, I'm going to point this out. According to Sunset Paradox Gaming in the chat, someone gave one of your books a shout out on Medicur's recent stream a few days ago. Also mentioned it was published by Terror House Press. Now, I asked Sunset what the book they mentioned was, and he or she or whoever that is, apologies for misgendering you. It's not exactly a name that inspires genderness. Said they'd go and listen back to see what it was.
Well, it was it's definitely a guy, because if it's not a guy, don't come back. All right, that's the way that I feel. All right, no ladies, no communists, nobody under the age of 25.
Brian's just playing hard to get.
No, I'm playing get the fuck out of here. Put my boot in your teeth. How'd you like a fucking toe in your ass? How's that? Yeah, he says he's a guy. There you go. All right, dudes rock. That's right. No fucking ladies around here. Not a chance. This is a hard But it is a hard spot to do these Thursdays at 7. Like, I feel like I haven't done this show in fucking forever, but it was just 2 extra days. Just throws the whole thing. We're doing it at 2 forever.
Well, like we went through a period of a couple of months where we did like 2 shows a month. So
yeah, I mean we're getting there.
And this is the first time it's been a show with just us since August.
Really? Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because we did 4. There's been 4 podcasts since then. We had KH Mizjek on in September. Then there was the show with Chris Moran, which you went around for. Then we had Paul Town, and then we had TJ.
Oh, that's right. Hey, this is the podcast recap podcast where we talk about podcasts that we've done, and I wasn't there for half of them.
It's the podcast Ouroboros.
What is Ouroboros mean?
And Ouroboros is a snake eating its own tail.
Oh, so it's a ass-eating snake.
Yeah, it's just a circular motion of shit.
I think that I've seen people with tattoos of that before.
Well, yeah, it's a very popular motif.
That's fucking retarded. If you were gonna get a forehead tattoo, what would you get?
I wouldn't get one for starters.
I know I wouldn't get one either, but what would you get?
I'm trying to think of an answer that won't immediately get me in trouble.
Well, yeah, it can't be a swastika. No, I think I'd get a Lego block. That way I'd be a blockhead. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah. I think I'd get the Albanian flag tattooed on my forehead.
Albanian flag? What's that look like?
It's a double-headed eagle.
Huh. Why does that eagle got 2 heads? They got bad pollution over there or what?
I have no idea. It just looks really cool. I think they're ripping off an old Roman symbol.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. A lot of flags look stupid. The only good flag is the there's like 2 of them that have AK-47s on them.
Really?
I think. Yeah. Hold on. Let me look at where they're from. Nations flags with AK.
The worst flag is the fucking Libyan flag. It's literally just green.
Well, No. Okay. So I guess it's just the one. It's Mozambique.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, dude. The Mozambique flag's got like a hoe, like a gardening hoe, a book, and then like an AK on it. It fucking rules. They put it there because I guess that was a big tool, that and the gardening, which is workers or whatever, helped them fight off the oppressors and shit. It's a pretty cool flag.
It's pretty clearly a communist flag.
Yeah.
It's not a bad flag.
Dude, I'm not going to sit here and act like, actual communists don't have good fucking aesthetics, okay? But like American communists, they look like shit. But I mean, you're going to tell me that the fucking Soviets didn't have good aesthetics? They looked awesome, dude.
I've been around all those old Soviet buildings. They're pretty damn good. I've been up war memorials and stuff, all these nice stone things that the locals are just letting fall into disrepair.
Well, what can you do? But I mean, that's the ultimate. That's what happens to all your shit in a communist country. But putting an AK-47 on your fucking flag rocks. It's the way it is. I mean, there's no way around it. Those cool hats and the stars, like just a red star, that shit rules, man. The hammer and sickle looks cool, but every asshole. The reason it doesn't look cool is every person you've seen wearing it in America is a total fag. It's just the truth.
Yeah, eagles are generally a good motif. Serbian flag's got eagles. Obviously eagles are a big symbol here in the States. Mexican flag's got an eagle eating a worm, which is pretty badass.
If I had it my way, our flag would just be the PepsiCo logo.
You're not gonna get off that end cap shit, are you?
No. Frito-Lay, PepsiCo, Yum Corporation. Let's do it. Fuck it. They can't be worse than the government. I guarantee it.
At this point, you might as well just say, why don't we just make the flag into the Pfizer logo?
We could do that.
You probably will end up doing that.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it looks better than the fucking Progress flag. Have you seen that shit? It's ridiculous.
The Progress flag is like the modified LGBT flag of the black and the brown shit.
Yeah, it's got that. It's got the black and the brown on it, and then
so basically, it looks like someone wiped their ass with a pride flag.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think what I like about the pride flag with the black and the brown on it is you're just calling black people gay. You know, like I don't know. I don't think they like that very much. But it's got that, and then like it's got like a triangle.
It's the buck breaking flag.
Yeah. Well, dude. I mean, I'm starting to believe more and more in fucking horseshoe theory because me and Tariq Nasheed are like, yeah, you should make movies about that. It's pretty. He thinks it's enlightening. I think it's hilarious. You know, horseshoe. Dude, I'm telling you, me and Tariq Nasheed would get along. We agree on more things than we disagree on, I think.
I don't know, man.
Well,
Tariq is awesome. I will give him that.
Tariq is hilarious on top of being awesome. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's also right about a whole bunch of stuff.
He also had that grand career before becoming a hotep. That grand career as King Flex giving pickup artist advice.
Well, yeah, he also made a rap album called Wash Your Ass, and it's great.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's all on the internet. Wash your ass. Wash your ass. Wash your ass. It's great.
That's like Cool Cat tier.
Dude, no, it's not. It's Kanye tier. It's great. But no, me and Tariq, I think we'd get along, you know, because I for real, the one thing that I will say that does make a lot of sense, why the fuck do they put every successful black man in a goddamn dress? Why did they do that?
Well, they're skipping that part now. They're just making them gay.
Yeah, Lil Nas X. I don't know what he was like, cowboy, and now he's like, I'm gonna fuck the Satan. Like, it's bad.
He's totally AstroTurf. That guy has no fucking talent. He just came out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, like that song he did with Billy Ray Cyrus was kind of funny, and it was kind of like, oh, okay. And then he just immediately
even the name is fucking plagiarized. Fucking Little comes from what's his face? Little Bow Wow. Nas from Nas, obviously. X is from DMX.
What you think Lil only comes from Lil Bow Wow?
It comes from a
okay. First of all, the most famous one would be Lil Wayne. All right.
Okay.
And Lil Bow Wow is an adult now, so he's just called Bow Wow. And there's tons of Lils out there. There's Lils, tons of Lils.
Well, yeah, there was Little Herb in Chicago a few years back. I mean, he calls himself G Herbo now for copyright reasons.
I mean, there's a lot of Littles out there. There's a lot of Littles, not as many bigs, but still a lot of bigs. There's no mediums. I've never met like a, you know, never met like a venti
average Bow Wow.
Yeah, just like normal. Like no rappers being like, "What's up? I'm 6'1" dog" or whatever. Like it's not happened. But you know, there's not been a venti money or something like that. It hasn't happened. It should. It'd be great. Medium Mel. Medium Mel sounds like a great rapper name.
Medium Mel is like the whitest rapper name ever. It's like something that Weird Al Yankovic would come up with.
I miss Weird Al. I wonder what he's doing these days.
He's still recording shit, isn't he?
Maybe not. I think he's probably just walking around Van Nuys going to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. You know, he's really nice. He's a really nice dude.
Well, I mean, Prince is dead now, so he could probably get the rights to do that Prince parody he's wanted to do his entire career.
What is that?
He wanted to do one with 19. He wanted to do one of Purple Rain called Yellow Snow. But Prince wouldn't give him permission. There's actually an incident where like they were seated in like the same row at some music award thing, and Prince's management company just sent him a telegram ordering him not to make eye contact with Prince.
Well, Prince was weird. Prince was a real weird. He was a Jehovah's Witness, going back to Kevin Smith in I think it was Evening with Kevin Smith 2, Evening Harder. He talked about when he met Prince. And he made a little documentary thing for Prince that's totally not released. That was all like Jehovah's Witness shit. So Prince was a wild guy.
Oh yeah, he's a great musician, real weird guy.
So talented, dude. He has the best line I've ever heard in a song. She's got an ass like a limousine. That rules. You know, Prince is great. Prince is good.
Yeah, poor guy died of an opioid overdose.
Did he really?
Yeah, his doctor overprescribed him. He basically died like Michael Jackson did.
Yeah, I was going to say, he really just copied Michael Jackson just right to the end. I mean, God damn. That's a fucking shame. Oh well. The lighting looks so much better, Matt. And I like that you're not doing the suit this evening. You look more casual. You look more like Steve Bannon.
Well, I didn't want to put the suit on because I just came back from the mall.
Oh, well, you can't wear a suit to the mall.
Well, I was tired.
Are you? I'm tired too. I've been tired.
And the lighting is better because the sun's set.
No.
So I pulled down the shade and I turned the light on.
Well, that's good. You gotta do that more often.
I'm not doing it while the sun's shining.
Hey, Matt, guess what?
What?
That was for you.
If I had a tomato, I would throw it at you.
Yeah, I'd imagine the only food you have in your pockets are Skittles. So
I don't have any food in my pockets. You're the one who's always stuffed.
Oh, you ate it all already, Matt?
I see you with your fucking mini fridge full of fucking Jolly Ranchers, okay?
No, Jolly Ranchers don't go in the fridge. Gummy bears go in the fridge, Matt. Jolly Ranchers stay room temperature. Although
you're sitting there, you're always stuffing your face on podcasts or whatever candy you can buy from 7-Eleven.
No, I get it at the Walmart. Gummy bears go in the fridge. I am going to now try cold Jolly Ranchers. That does sound like a pretty good thing. But I'm worried the wrapper might get not a way you can
cold Jolly Rancher. You'll probably break your teeth.
Well, don't bite on them. It's a hard candy. You don't bite the hard candy.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
No. What are you doing? You're eating candy all wrong.
Oh, here, fat ass Brian's going to give me a lecture on how to eat candy the proper way.
Yeah, I fucking am, because you're doing it wrong, apparently, if you're just eating hard candy. That's not what you do. It's a sucking candy.
You're all about the sucking, Brian. You're an expert at sucking.
All right. Sure. Yeah. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and listen to, you can try to make jokes about penises all you want. I am not going to sit here and listen to somebody tell me that they have been eating hard candy like fucking M&Ms their entire life and talk to me about candy. You're a psycho. There's something wrong that happened to you. Like, I mean, how do you eat jawbreakers?
I just chew on them.
They can't chew on them.
You can soften them up a little bit. As soon as they're soft enough to bite into, you bite into them.
No, you don't do that. That's why the middle of jawbreakers are the soft, sugary things. That way, you can bite into them. And that's why it's powdery in the middle of them. But on the outside, it's just sugar candy. If you don't know how to eat candy, this explains everything. Because this is something you're supposed to... Like, what other crucial parts of being a child did you miss if you don't know how to eat candy?
Oh, fat ass Bryden, the psychotherapist now. He's getting all Freud on my ass.
Yeah, I guess. I'm legitimately upset. Just read what Sunset Paradox fucking Gaming said so you can just get over yourself for a little bit. With your fucking... I don't know how you... Who put your belt on today?
I did.
Good Lord. That's... Who just munches on Jolly Ranchers like that? Not a person. It's like something like, an alien that came here would do. It's fucking insane. You're like, oh, this is hard. I guess I'm just not biting hard enough. Good grief.
But yeah, Sunset Paradox Gaming says in the chat, I'm having trouble finding the shout out, but I think the book might have been Luminaria. I'll let you know when I find the shout out. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, that's good. Terror House Radio. Well, Terror House Press. Making waves among the internet.
With scintillating discussion about candy.
Yeah, well, I just... Like, normally I'm like a kid in the candy store, and like that's like a cool thing. But if that kid in the candy store is mad, it's like he's gonna have to go to the dentist later because he doesn't understand how candy works. It's frustrating. Do you suck on your M&Ms? I'm so curious about how you eat food now. When you get a taquito or like, do you just, are you confused about other food?
A taquito?
Yeah. I mean, do you just suck the filling out of it? What do you do? I mean,
No, I just chew on it.
Oh, look, I got a tamale. I'm going to wear it as a shoe. Like, what do you not get about hard candy?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I don't have time to fucking suck on a Jolly Rancher for like 2 hours.
Okay, it doesn't last 2 hours. You got 10 minutes or maybe 20 max on these things. It's a small piece of sugar.
I got places to be.
And yeah, they don't let you in there with a Jolly Rancher. Oh, you got places to be, and you can't have other things in your mouth? Is that it? You're on your way to suck dicks? I don't need this impeding all of the maximum capacity of cock and cum that I can have in my mouth. You just spit this Jolly Rancher out. It's a psycho thing that you've told me. I don't understand. What do you mean you're not supposed to bite Jolly Ranchers? They're hard? God damn it. What do you do? Like, who takes care of you?
I live on my own, Bryden.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Matt. You live on your own. Just fucking. Good grief. You know, I used to have hair, but the helmet rubbed it all off. Good God, dude. That's ridiculous. I'm just picturing you like sitting over a plate of pizza rolls and then taking apart the pizza rolls and eating the insides and going, "Ah, good." Like, I don't. So upset by this.
Well, I mean, I do generally eat, like, say, burgers with a knife and fork, but
You should be killed. There's no. Why are you?
that's what you do in Europe.
That's not what I do in Europe. No, I don't. I would.
You've never been to Europe. You've never even been to
Goddamn
Europe.
right, because I'm not a faggot. I fucking hate that shit. How many presidential campaigns have been tanked by people eating food weird? All it would take, they'd be like, candidate, presidential hopeful Matthew Forney. Each Jolly Rancher is like a fucking psycho. What the hell? It's fine. Whatever. It's fine. I'm over being upset about it. It's just you found new ways to set the bar even lower for yourself. And it's fine. It's okay. I don't expect much of people, but just basic understanding of how to eat food is one of them. But good fucking grief. Fuck you, fuck Europe. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Good place to end the show, then, I guess.
Yep. End your life. Fuck you. That's
okay.
How do you eat pizza?
With my hands.
Okay. Are they sticky from all the candy that you miss eating, or?
I don't eat candy that much.
You just keep sticks of butter in your fucking pockets, or like, how does this?
I don't eat food much, Bryden.
Well, I think we can all see that that's not true, but it's fine. It's fine. Fuck you. Fuck Europe. It's fine. You're just an insane person. Do you scramble your eggs in the pan? You do, don't you? You do, don't you? You put them. That's insane. There should be an American Psycho 3, and it's just Matt eating food wrong. Good God damn it. No, do the thing that you always do. I'm fucking Jolly Rancher. I'm Matt Forney, and we are out.
I was going to ask you if you had anything you wanted to. Do you have anything you want to plug first?
I don't know. Yeah, probably tomorrow I'll be on D-Live. Tomorrow, like 7 or 8 or 9, something like that. I'll be on D-Live. And just go to my Twitter. It's World's Only Comic. And if you're in Orlando and you can talk me into it, I'll come and tell you jokes personally at a bar that allows people to do that.
Suck you off.
I might need to.
Okay, yeah. Go check Bryden out on D-Live. Link is in the description. My site is mattforney.com. That'll do it for this episode of the show. TerrorHouseMag.com, TerrorHousePress.com, TerrorHouseRadio.com for all. Those are all the links. Social media links in the description. The show is not produced by Bryden, but it is presented by Kachi Dag and has intro music by Zero Pulse. Illegitimate on Carborundum, done with the bastards grind you down. I'm Matt Forney with Bryden Proctor, and we are out.